Okay, what is up? Welcome to an episode of RTV. I can't remember the number of this episode, but it will be in the description box. So, haven't done one of these in a while, but this is a great topic to discuss or announcement to make, or yeah, it's just going to be a good one. So, today is the 6th of October. This will probably go up tomorrow, Friday the 7th, or it might even go up tonight, we'll see, because I have a focus episode to release. But anyway, the title, the caption of this in my head is going to be not to give up on your dreams, or don't give up on your dreams or your goals. I want it to be as clickbaity as possible so that you'll click on it, but I also want you to get useful content out of it. And what I'm going to discuss is where I just came back from. And I came back from Sports Co Gym in Ringsend in Dublin 4. I drove out there after work today and I started my 25-week course to become a qualified personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach. And it's surreal. I literally smiled the whole class because I've been saying this for many years. Asked people about where to do a course, and I always wanted to become a trainer. And I've actually done it and started it. It's just amazing. And I was hemming and hawing and humming and hawing, or hemming or whatever, right? And I was like, because obviously I work full time, I have a job, I have a career in the financial services industry, it's what I do, it's what pays the bills, and I try to take that as seriously as possible. And I spent the first half of the year doing exams, the financial exams, bank exams, and I did one exam in January, two in May. I became fully qualified. APA qualified is the term, and I attained a permanent contract in my current role, so that was great for me. But one of my other goals for the year was to start a PT qualification, and to have gone there and started it is surreal. So the point of this story is, and I'll go back on my own story just to show you and relate to it, is never to give up on what you want to do. Okay, I've always wanted to do this, and life has a strange way of getting you to where you want to go, but I feel like this is something that I've been destined to do. But only last year, it's not something I ever would have thought I could have done. I really was not in a good physical state or a good mental state, and I keep everything positive here, but we all have our highs and we all have our lows, and obviously I think it's important to talk about these things, and especially for males, I really don't have an issue talking about anything. There's certain stuff that I'm not ready to talk about, but I mean, it's important for people, and for my story, for people to kind of know the setbacks that I've had, and that, because sometimes I'm very hard on myself and I say I let myself get out of shape, and I have done that, but a lot of things were out of my control and they were tough to get through physically and emotionally. So we'll start back in 2012, finished college at 144 kilos. My fault, okay? Spent a lot of time studying in college, got really out of shape, and I was like, oh my god. And I had gotten into good shape when I first joined the gym in 2008, and I was like, what have I done? Spent 1 year giving everything I had to get into the best shape of my life, and I got into the best shape of my life. I got down to 98.8 kilos in 2013, that's the 18th of June. I was in great shape. You can check on Facebook. I don't like going back to old pictures, I like focusing on the here and now and the present and the journey ahead, okay? I had a great summer in Canada. I didn't really get too bent out of shape. I think I came back, I was 117 kilos, and this is where things take a bit of a downfall for CNF. In October 2013, CNF had returned. I was doing vlogs with this camera about my journey getting back into shape from 117, even though I'm close to 117 now and I don't look that bad at 117. But I was out celebrating my birthday, my 24th birthday, so it was 3 years ago, and I suffered quite a severe head injury. And that resulted in a good few nights spent in the high dependency unit in Beaumont Hospital, which was very traumatic and scary. And I was kind of touch and go about what they were going to do, and basically I was lucky. A couple of nurses had found me. I think I was unconscious or something. I don't remember what happened. I know what happened, but I can't physically remember what happened. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about any of that part of it, but I want to talk about obviously the injury, the setback, the comeback, and future setbacks, and just to never to give up on your dream or your goal or whatever. Okay, so I got back to training. So that injury, I ended up, I didn't really recover the first couple of weeks. They thought it might heal. It didn't heal, and I ended up getting a second ambulance up to Beaumont. I had to have surgery, and then I had to stay at home for 2 months. And I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't work. I couldn't train, and I had to let the head recover. I finally got back to training in January. I still actually wasn't 100%, but the surgeon gave me the all clear, and I trained and I actually competed that year. Now, my training was poor because that year I got a job in, I mean, this is really nothing more than an excuse, but at the same time, you have to, I think it's very hard working in hospitality and unsociable hours to kind of get into a routine of training and losing weight. So I was working in a hotel. I just wanted to get a job, get back on my feet after Canada and my injury and my setback. And I gradually started training less and less. But I still competed in that year. But throughout the remainder of the year, I just literally trained less, and started putting on the weight. I was eating out every day in work, getting hotel food, and then I was going for pints after work. I was eating shit food, and I just fell into the habit of that. And that's just part of life. That's just the phase of life that I was in. One thing I'll say is it's not something I regret working there. Some of the things, especially the friendships that I have from that, amazing. And I'm going away with 10 of the guys that I worked with in the hotel for my birthday 3 years later. So that speaks volumes for that experience. I also got to learn a lot of skills there, my people skills and working under pressure. It's helped me further my career in the bank, etc. And I saved money as well because I was living at home, okay? But I kept going on and not training and putting on weight, and before you know it, in 2015 I had started a new job in the bank. I was commuting to and from, and I had put on so much weight that I reached 140 plus kilo. I think it was 141 point something. I can't remember. I said I need to do something. I'm not supposed to look like this. I am supposed to be in great shape. I want to have six-pack abs. I'd love to be a trainer, etc. So I rang up a guy, a trainer that I knew from the gym. I knew he had opened a gym in Nace, right? His name was David O'Connell. And I rang him, and this was like, I was so nervous about doing it and so scared because I didn't want people to look at me and go, that's the guy that had lost all the weight and now look at me put it all back on. He's fat, whatever. And especially these guys, because they knew me from the gym, but I thought, this is different. It would be like having a coach. And I know these guys know what they're doing, and hopefully they can get me back on track. So I went out there, two brothers, David and Adam, and it was tough the first few weeks, and I didn't really give it everything, and I was still eating poorly and drinking, and it just wasn't good. But then July, August, I really started to make progress, and I think I dropped over 15 kilos, and it was amazing. I was finally getting back to it. I was really, really happy. And then out of nowhere, I had to stop training, and I was out of work and everything, and I had symptoms very, very similar to what I had 3 years ago, to do it with my injury, and I had to get a load of scans and checks done, and the symptoms just wouldn't go away. So I didn't know what was happening. It really, really affected me mentally as well as physically, because obviously the worry, you finally got over one of the worst things that's ever happened to you, and you've recovered from it, and you've gone through, I mean, it was going on for a couple of years because of what happened, and then for all that to come back, it was just so tough for me, and I couldn't train, obviously, and that's what I love. So obviously I was emotional, and I was eating food, and that's when I got put all the weight back on. You see, at the start of this year I was 144 kilos, so it was terrible for me. And then I finally met the top neurological surgeon or whatever. She's like an expert on it. I was on a waiting list to see her for weeks, and I couldn't train until I seen her. I went to see her. She put my worry at ease and kind of went through the symptoms, and that it was normal for someone who has had my injury to experience those type of symptoms, and that they would go away. And believe it or not, literally within a week or two they were gone. That's the week I moved to Dublin, returned to training, and I haven't had any of the symptoms since. And it's just like, I'm at the happiest point that I've been in I don't know how long. I honestly don't know, because I have a job that I'm working 9 to 5. It's close to where I live. I live in Ranelagh. I like the people I work with. It's a good job. and I also have all this here, my office, my side hustle. I have the ability to train. Like I focus on, the reason I'm so happy really is because I'm so grateful for everything that I have. And like some of the things that I write down, I'm grateful for the use of my eyes and my brain, because I had a lot of issues with even seeing. When I was recovering, I lost my eyesight for a couple of weeks. Like I wasn't blind, but I couldn't see. I could only see two of everything because of the swelling. So being through all that, and to be here right now, and to be 3 stone away from having 6 pack abs, and to be 25 weeks away from being a qualified trainer, it's crazy, and it's never too late. Like if I didn't take action, I wouldn't be here right now. So just take the action and do it. Apart from all that stuff, like I don't want to get into this stuff too much, or kind of about what happened and stuff. Like it's not that I don't know why I don't want to really talk about it, I suppose, but you know, maybe it's not right. Maybe someday I'll talk about it. But it's important to kind of talk about that I was out of training due to an injury, etc. Okay. On a more positive note, and that is positive, you need to take inspiration from that, like that, because I almost gave up so many times, and I honestly, there was times where I thought, will I ever? Last year, I was thinking I'm not going to be able to train weights again. I was thinking the reason I had all these symptoms was because I was back training weights, and it turns out that wasn't the case. But obviously, you've so much stuff going on in your head. Anyway, this training course is going to be great. It's like-minded people. I'm going to educate myself so I can educate you guys more. It gives more value to the channel. The guy that's doing it has a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, years of experience in the industry, so I'm looking forward to learning from him. And that's it. This is a huge step for CNF. I'm really, really excited. I literally have this feeling inside me today, like nothing else, and I'm doing it. So I really can't believe it, and I hope this channel, to me, it's really about the effects I can have on people. Obviously I would like to be able to coach people, and to earn an income from doing things that I enjoy. But I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it to inspire others and to leave my mark here, because we are all going to die, and you want people to remember what you've done in this world. And I'm putting so much time and effort into all this CNF stuff, and I have such a loyal following. Even though it's 100 subscribers, I'm so proud to have gotten that far. I think it's more than 100 now, and I appreciate all your likes, comments, support. Please keep supporting the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. It's taken me 3 or 4 years to talk about this, so that's all I can say, guys. And happy Thursday or Friday, whatever day it is you see this. Hopefully it's one of those 2 days. And I will chat to you soon. Be yourself and believe in yourself.